Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DirePenguin, and welcome to Let's Try Balrum. I haven't played this game at all. I just saw this game on Steam. I saw the screenshots, and it looks gorgeous. It's got good reviews on Steam, and it's billed as this old school hybrid turn-based real-time RPG with survival mechanics, crafting, building, and it's open world. So you get to explore the game world with me, and as I make horrible decisions, probably entered in dungeons that I shouldn't actually enter. Now, this game did go through Kickstarter. It was successfully kickstarted, and is now fully released. This is not early access. The game is currently on 1.02 and was released on February 29th. It's available currently 10% off on Steam for $13.50. Looks amazing. I've really got to hand it to him. Especially if the game looks anything like this menu screen, which I'm willing to bet it does. This is really impressive. This is a good artist that understands how much lighting can add to a game. And even a 2D game, through the use of normal maps or fog, it can add that atmospheric quality to a game that, when I see this, I find quite impressive, and I hope you do too. We're going to go through the game, and we're going to hopefully help you decide whether this might be a game that you're going to be interested in or not. This is going to be a quick look, and then we might come back and do an extended look as well later on. But this is going to be a relatively quick look. Now, to get this at the appropriate resolution, if you go to the options here, that's available up here. This is the controls. Then you can scroll to other menu pages. I didn't realize that at first, and I apologize for that. That intro was actually when the game was on a different resolution. I've also turned on big cursor, so hopefully you can see this cursor a little bit better, particularly if you're on a mobile device. There's more options on here. The game has a pet, and I believe the pet is invulnerable. I don't know. Interesting that there's additional panels you can potentially turn on during gameplay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start a new game. I have never played this game before, but we'll go ahead and see what this leads us to. I was only a child when we fled the kingdom and took refuge in Darkwood. A lot has happened in the past 20 years while we've been living here. Everyone has a part in the life of the village. We have become a real community. Now that I've grown up, it's time for me to decide what part I will play. People say that the woods protect us from the filthy world that Balrum has become. They forget that the place we live in once was a place of horrors. The dark history of the forest keeps troubles outside. The stories about why we had to hide in the woods each seem different. I don't know who to believe. Every time I ask Grandpa about the past, he changes the subject. One thing is for sure. Something horrible happened. Maybe one day I will know the truth. I know that Grandpa was an apprentice of a wizard when he was younger, but he rarely uses magic nowadays. He often tells me that I should practice magic and embrace my supposed abilities, but I'm not sure that I want to. I have been taking lessons in alchemy and the arcane from Brown and Leonard. In my free time, I usually A. help out Ida on her farm, B. camp in the woods, C. cook with Arda. Okay. Looks like we're looking at whether we're going to be farming, survivalist, outdoorsman, or cooking. Personally, I like the idea. Oh, it tells us. Okay, farming. With each level of the skill, you're able to plot more fields to plant on. So we can also build pig pens, chicken pens, spider pens. Spider pens? Okay, I assume there's a point to that. Most of you probably just ran screaming. Cow pens. Or we can go with survival. Each level of this skill will grant you a 10% chance to cheat death. At level 3 of the skill, you're able to build a sturdy tent that has a larger inventory and gives you a slightly better bonus after sleeping. It'll increase the amount of health you recover when tending your wounds in a tent and decrease the chance of a bone fracture. Oh, fantastic. Each level of this skill will also give you more energy back after sleeping. You might lose harmful effects. Okay, so this is going to make sleeping out in the woods way better. That's interesting. Crafting. Recipes in a cauldron. With each level, you'll be able to create foods which have attributes and have a longer lasting effect. Sounds like for this run-through, camping in the woods is a kind of survival thing. Yes, I'm quite sure farming and cooking will help you out, but this gives you the chance to just get rid of an effect for free. And that sounds like I probably need that. So this looks like what weapon we're going to be going with. We'll either have the choice of archery. We can create poison arrows, fire arrows. Bow skill increases. Spellcasting. You can have critical spell failure. Interesting to note. Okay, probably archery. I usually in these games, that's what I take, because usually a spellcaster is really weak. Usually an archer has got more health than that, but you're still standoff. You're not up in somebody's face. And usually that's a good thing when you're trying to figure out how to survive. Last thing, I try and help everywhere I can, but I'm more eager to help out with either smelting, potion brewing, or hunting. Okay, so let's see what smelting does. Smelt ores in a smelter. Now, I don't know if these are skills that you have and you cannot learn the other skills. Like, for instance, if I choose smelting, will I ever be able to do potion brewing? I don't know. Allows you to smelt ores at a smelter. At level 2, you'll be able to learn how to craft a durable pickaxe, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so here's how you play Minecraft. That looks good, because we'll probably be able to craft some more armors and better things. Potion brewing. This sounds like it'd be really good if you also are doing the cooking, because it sounds like you'll be able to have a lot of buffs and make the game easier that way. It might be a good choice to take something like this so we have access to that kind of buff ability since we didn't take cooking, but not sure. Or hunting. Ooh, successfully tame an animal with the animal taming trap. More parts off the animals you hunt. Tame a rat or wolf, tame a bear, tame a mantis, spider or crab, giant beetle, moth, or giant frog. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know if we can have multiple pets at a time or not. So let's take a look at what we have here. Starting abilities: attack, that makes sense, shoot, blinding shot, stun, and pet heal. We'll also have some, this looks like money. Maybe not. Berries, healing, phoenix egg. Okay. Healing, magical seed. Okay, looks like that's how we start farming. Now again, I didn't choose farming, so I don't know whether this is just my starting skill points, or whether I'll ever be able to do farming, but we'll see. I also have a panic ring. Oh, I get to choose. Okay, so I get this for free, then I have to choose these. I also have some ability points and my starting skills. Okay, you guys have probably been yelling at me this entire time. These are the skills you start with. Okay, it looks like you can probably learn the other ones. Hit points are probably going to be really good. 2 points is 100. Okay. Strength affects your sword play. Dexterity is going to be your archery. Again, we have archery, so let's do some of that. Intelligence is your total mana pool. Again, we don't have too much in the way of spell casting. I'm assuming if we can learn other skills, we'll be able to increase these attribute points. So, and spell damage. So at this point, I'm looking at probably doing, okay, most I can increase is by 3. So let's look at something else. We're probably going to get involved in melee combat, so we'll probably want that too. This run, it looks like we're going to completely ignore spell casting, except kind of just to tinker with it and see how it works. So let's choose another starting supply. Magical seed. I'm willing to bet that's actually probably good. But you have no idea what plant it is. You get 2 of them for it. You know what? Let's do it. And panic ring. Low. When your health is low, you have an extra dodge chance. Okay. As you kill, you'll actually get 5% of their health. Critical hits give you health. Critical spell give you a small amount of mana. This ring enables you to resurrect your pet without a phoenix egg. Okay, the power of the ring, a small cooldown effect will appear. That sounds awesome. I really like that. Okay. Novice. Hunger and thirst decreases at a slower rate. Enemies have less health and deal less damage. Normal And then, oh, interesting to note, when you're on Master, not only is survival harder, but the enemies are smarter. And you won't know what they are immune to. Okay, so you can also choose one of these and then just slow down hunger and thirst as well. Let's go ahead and take it at the default difficulty. Yes, I know this would probably enable us to last longer, but let's go ahead and just do it at the normal difficulty, because why not? Dying, I feel, is part of the fun of this game. 100 years ago... Stompy, stompy. I could not locate my brothers. The Mages Guild has to figure out something. Destroying the remains is beyond our powers. Then we have no other choice. We need to hide them. Yeah, sorry, I give characters interesting voices. It's been raining heavily tonight as we walk back from the hunt with Fox. I have a strange feeling, and I can see that Fox is worried too. We separate at the edge of the forest. As I approach our home, I smell smoke, and can see light shining through the woods. Something bad has happened. Oh, okay. Here's how to play. Alright, one moment, I'm going to read this and be back. Chapter 1. Okay. A green cursor indicates that the object beneath it is interactable. When the cursor turns green while hovering on a chest or barrel, it indicates that there is something inside that container. You know what this means, don't you? Okay, I'm remembering Elder Scrolls game here. Loot everything. Jax is your pet. He loyally awaits your every command. When you select a pet ability for him to use, he will use the selected ability during the next turn if all the requirements are met for the given ability. To select Jax, press left-click on him and press U. To access the commands menu, right-click on Jax, or click on the pet button at the lower right of the screen. Okay, so one thing to note is that I believe the game is in real time. Interesting. It's normally in real time, but all combat is done in turn-based. So I can select on Jax. I can click on Jax and tell him to do things. Okay, so I can tell him to go places. Or I can click on him and press the U key. Okay, no, I don't even have to click on him. I can press the U key. Okay, so let's see what's down here. Jax. Assist Master's on. Wow, self-protect is off. Stay, stop, dismiss. Inventory. Oh, he has an inventory. No. I have an inventory, but it has his pet panel. Okay, cool. So... Wow, I have a lot of stuff with me. Wow, okay, this guy is hauling. Grandpa's lucky trinket. Grandpa told me this trinket helped him out countless times. Sometimes the trinket aids you against something, sometimes it does something for you. Something to you. I don't appear to be able to use it. Okay, I guess we just carry it with us. Right-click to use. Oh, okay. Let's, go here. Oh, you left-click and hold to move. So we can get some wood. And some nails. Sounds like that's probably going to be useful for crafting. Burnt wall. Okay, so we can repair this stuff. I'm not sure if we're going to actually survive here for very long. So... Okay, there's my inventory. Okay. Food. Now let's see where's our status at. These are our health and mana, but where is our journal? Ah. I should give 2 pieces of deer meat to Edmund and Winnie. Okay, so let's see what was going on. Before I went hunting, I overheard a conversation about Cardew and his ring. I heard something about Risk too. I should ask Cardew about it. We found an entrance to a ruin with my friend Dudley. I should go and ask him if he is ready to explore it. This sounds like a horrible, horrible idea. Whenever you are in a dark forest and foreboding events are happening, don't go explore the local ruin. This is like rule number 1 of how to survive in the forest. I should give 2 pieces of deer meat to Edmund and Winnie. And now that I'm back from the hunt, I should give Grandpa 3 pieces of deer meat. Now I'm assuming I actually have that deer meat with me. Deer meat, I do. I conveniently have 5. Torch. Okay, I have to construct these. Safe place. Logbook. Way to turn. Spells. Known recipes. Combine. Visibility. Player. Okay. Wow. Okay, this is a pretty deep game. Looks like I can probably learn the other skills, but okay, here's my stats. So I'm not very well fed or rested. So let's go ahead and eat a melon. Sounds good. Gives me a little bit of hunger, but a lot of thirst back. So interesting. If you craft it, it does different? Huh. Oh, it looks like it's got spoiling. These are only good for a while, it looks like. Water shack can hold enough water for a day. Okay. Let's see how that did me. Character was C, I believe. Okay, I'm better hydrated. I'm not very well fed, though. So let's go ahead and eat that bread, because I'm guessing this is a spoilage meter down at the bottom? I guess? Yeah, I guess so. Let's go ahead and eat that. That should have improved my, my fed. Okay, so now I'm reasonably well fed. No, yeah, I know I'm supposed to go talk to Grandpa. Yeah, I know. But you can also use Wozzy, by the way. I'm just not. Corn seeds. Melon seeds. Let's put our seeds down here. I have a feeling we're going to want to farm reasonably quickly. Recipes! Okay, I don't know any recipes. Okay, so that's probably because I didn't take anything. But it looks like I can possibly use it. I can cook the deer meat, but I have a feeling I'm probably supposed to give it to him raw. Let's see. Deer meat, deer meat. Doesn't say, but it says there's a check mark beside it, so I'm assuming that means I can do it. Now, what's interesting to notice, there doesn't appear to be any pathfinding. If I click here, I move toward the cursor, so there's no pathfinding. I can attack that or interact with it. Okay, there's a lot of burnt stuff. So he's probably going to tell me that horrible people came and destroyed our town. Or our house. I can thank Grandpa for so much. He took me in when my parents died and brought me up. Grandpa knows a little bit about everything. A true jack of all trades. He once told me that someone taught him about magic a long time ago, but whenever I ask about it, he quickly changes the subject. Grandpa never told me a lot about my parents, and he says that it's best for me not to know about them. People somehow seem distant toward him. What happened here, Grandpa? Are you all right? Or, here's the meat I've collected, Grandpa. I was hoping for more, but this will be enough for us, and I can still give some to Edmund and Winnie. Oh, hey, there's somebody down here. Edmund and Winnie, okay. So I'm feeling like I should probably go ahead with this. I feel like this option will be available after I go ahead and talk to him about, we just casually stroll into the burning house and be like, hey, here's the meat. Why'd you set fire to the house, Dad? Or Grandpa? I'm all right, son, but look at our home. The whole house nearly burnt down. Thank the gods I could stop the fire from burning up everything. You never come late when you are out hunting. This kept me from going to sleep. I think we can say that you are being late saved my life and our home. At least what is left of it. It might have been my last resting place. How could this have happened, Grandpa? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop with the goofy voices. My boy, I have no idea how this could have happened. I put the candles out, so they couldn't have caused the fire. The fire started far away from the torch, so there's nothing else I can think of. I'm old, but I can still cast a powerful freeze spell. It was barely enough to stop the flames. I'm so glad you were all right, Grandpa. The house can be repaired, but I don't know what I would do without you. You were like a father to me. Don't worry, son. I'm here to stay. Enough about me. I'm fine, but our neighbors disappeared. Pack, Frida, and their little girl Audie are missing. Their house burned down to the ground. This can't be a coincidence. People were worried that they might be next. What can we do? When will the search for them begin? What does Arlo say about it? More importantly, I just noticed there's an outhouse over here, right as we're talking about searching. Men are already out searching for them. As for the fire, Arlo suspects there might be the torches. That's really embarrassing for Aaron, since he made them. But as I said, the fire at our home didn't start because of a bad torch. What are you implying? I don't know, son. But something is really wrong. You should go and talk to Pack and Frida's neighbors, Cardu and Thurza. They might have seen or heard something. Before you go, take this. Your parents gave it to me. They told me that I should give it to you when you need protection. I think the time has come. It will take you to a place where no one can find you. Build a house there, and whenever you feel that your life is in danger, use the rune. Please, my boy, don't ask questions. You won't tell me anything about about my parents. Fine. I will not ask questions, but I won't leave you, Grandpa. It is almost dawn, and even the smoke is gone. I'll be fine. That poor little girl, Audie. How could they just disappear? No bodies were found. I think it's best if you look into it, son. Trust me, I'll be fine. I'll be back soon. I almost forgot. When you have time, please repair the damage. Let's hope the worst is over and Pax's family will be found. Okay, so that's some new journal entries and 2 new quests, it looks like, as well as a safe place rune. I didn't catch whether we needed to use that now or whether we should use it when we get in trouble. Basically, that's also lingo for when this place comes under attack in about 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and give him the meat. Here's the meat I've collected. Thank you, son. Edmund and Winnie will be really happy. It's sad to see such good people in distress. And never forget to help people less fortunate than yourself, boy. Okay, we got some experience. And where can I buy materials? You will need nails, wood, and a decent door handle. Wood you can find everywhere, but a door handle and some sturdy nails need to be made by a blacksmith. Go to Aaron. He will sell you the things you need. Also, you can visit your carpenter master, Jones. He might help you with more delicate jobs. Thank you, Grandpa. I'll chop down the wood we need and visit Aaron for the goods. Did Pax leave the woods? It's an interesting name for a character, that. If so, they made a bad decision. The world out there is still in chaos. I doubt much has changed in the 20 years since we fled to the woods. I don't understand why they would risk their lives in this way. Is the world outside really that bad, Grandpa? Long ago, undead hordes were swarming out of the unknown lands into the world of the people. The kings sent their armies against the hordes, but the power of the undead had been greatly underestimated. No one survived the battles. Without the king's armies, chaos overcame the world. Large bandit clans formed and started to live by their own rules. Soon the kings of Balrum had fallen. It was at this time when our village and Kyler's people decided to flee into the woods for protection against the madness. As you know, son, no one dares to enter the woods because of the dark history it has. It was a hard decision, but we've lived in peace for many years here. The woods protect us from the outside world. I fear that it's impossible to restore order in Balrum. Men are capable of horrible things when there is no one to avenge the wrong they do. The things that I saw, my boy, I will not talk about. It's been 20 years, Grandpa. The world might have changed. We cannot know that. No one has left the woods, ever since we settled here. We have a good life here. The Pax haven't told anyone they were leaving, not even a letter. That really bothers me. You never told me the history of the woods, Grandpa. Not now, my boy. Someday I will tell you everything. Okay. Okay, so that's the introduction story, and we have some starting quests. Looks like we need to... That's the main quest, I'm guessing, the one in purple. So I'm going to try to do these other quests first. But I think we'll go ahead and introduce a cut here. And when we come back, we'll start taking on some of these quests. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. I hope this has been fun for you. And I hope to see you again in the next episode. See you then.